Hey Kid Zone! Welcome to my rather small kitchen for this episode of Tiny Kitchen, Big Nutrition, where the space may be small, but the impacts to our health are large. Alright, I'll be your host today, Paul, and let's begin, shall we? Well today you guys, we're all cooped up in our houses right now, and our health is really at the forefront of all of our minds. I mean, why else are we staying home, right, but to stay healthy? Well, I want to tell you that one of the best ways that we can boost our health and our immune systems is through the foods that we eat. And today I want to show you guys a great and easy way to make food that is really nutritious but also delicious too. And that's important, right? So I think I'm going to show you guys how to make one of my favorite smoothie recipes. Let's take a look at what we have here. Okay, to start off with, we have the trusty old banana. Now bananas are really good for you because not only do they contain potassium, which a lot of you probably are aware of, but they're also very packed with fiber, and fiber is really good for our digestive systems, right? It helps things move through, it helps our body absorb all the nutrients and stuff, helps it absorb it more steadily and appropriately. So we start off with some banana. Also with the banana, we're going to throw in about half an apple, and apples also too are rich in fiber, but they're also rich in a lot of vitamins and things called antioxidants. Now antioxidants are naturally occurring chemicals in plants that give them their color. And bonus for us, when we eat those colorful plants and fruits and vegetables, we get all these great health benefits from that, from those antioxidants. So we're going to throw some of that in there. We're also going to throw in some strawberries. Everybody knows strawberries. They're sweet, they're delicious, but they're also rich in vitamins, especially vitamin C. And as you all know, vitamin C is very important to help us prevent sickness, to help us get over sickness more quickly. You might be aware that things like oranges are good sources of vitamin C. Well, guess what? There's more vitamin C in the same amount of strawberries than there are in the same amount of oranges. Did you know that? We will also throw in some delicious blueberries. Blueberries, very common, very popular in Oregon. Blueberries are really considered what's called a superfood. They are so loaded with antioxidants, things called flavonoids, a type of antioxidant, and that's what gives them their really deep, dark color. And they're also, again, loaded with other vitamins like vitamin C, some B vitamins. If you haven't heard of B vitamins, they're like B12, B6, maybe you've heard of those. It's really good for a lot of good functions in our body, producing energy and just overall health and well-being. Next, we might get a little bit weird. We are going to add spinach to our smoothie. Now, that's one of the great things about smoothies is that we blend it all up and we get to sneak really healthy things like spinach into the smoothies. And trust me, you guys, you aren't going to even taste it, but the great thing about spinach is it also is a superfood. It is not only spinach, but other dark leafy greens. They are just so packed and loaded with vitamins and minerals. Vitamin K, vitamin A, again, vitamin C, also B vitamins, folate, minerals like magnesium, iron. Really, really healthy food. I encourage all of you to add a little spinach to your diet. If you don't like the taste of spinach, smoothies are a great way to sneak it into your diet. I also would like to add this little ingredient. Now these are frozen cherries. Now I think it's a good idea to add some sort of frozen fruit to your smoothie. It really gives it a nice coldness and good texture. I'm using frozen cherries for this. Now cherries also really high in antioxidants, a polyphenol called quercetin, which is really good for your health. Also has all the good fiber and a lot of the same health benefits that you see with some of these other foods, but helps give good variety to our smoothie and a nice little flavor. Now, If you don't have frozen cherries, that's fine. You can substitute any one of these ingredients. If you have frozen strawberries, for instance, you can use that instead of the fresh. So really, this isn't a recipe that you need to stick to, but this is one that I like. I think it tastes great. The next thing I would add to the smoothie is this is a little bit of cinnamon. Now cinnamon, you guys are probably familiar with. You'll find it commonly in desserts, things like cinnamon rolls. It's really tasty, really delicious. Now, did you know that it's also really healthy for you? Added to your smoothie, it can help boost something that's called metabolism, which is what produces energy in your body, which turns your fuel, your food into energy. But it also will help with your digestion and will help release the sugars in your body that we're taking in, release it more slowly into your blood so that it doesn't all go in there at once, right? So this is a really good, healthy little ingredient to add. Now the last thing you want to add to your smoothie is some form of milk. Maybe cow's milk if you can have dairy, maybe almond milk. Personally, I like to add a little bit of both. I think cow's milk, about half and half. Half cow's milk, half almond milk. I think the cow's milk with a little bit of fat that's in it gives the smoothie a nice little creaminess to it, but too much cow's milk I think is possible in the smoothie, so I like to, like I said, offset that with a little bit of almond milk as well. So we've gone over all our ingredients. Now I want to take this opportunity to share with you a nice little simple health secret. Come on over here and check these out. So here's all our ingredients, okay? Now, is there something about them that you notice? Well, if you said that, back here, if you said that all these ingredients were really colorful, that's exactly what I was hoping you would notice. Look at all the different colors that we have here. So as I was explaining each one of these ingredients, I might have used a lot of words and vocabulary that you weren't familiar with. Well, here's a little secret. You can still capture all of those health benefits just by looking at the color of your food. It's important in a healthy diet to have a variety, and to go with that variety is getting a lot of different foods that have different colors. If you're finding that you're adding a lot of different colorful foods to your diet, then you are getting a lot of good health benefits, a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals, and you're capturing a good amount of those things, variety, okay? Now I'm not talking about unnatural, artificial food color like with food dyes and such. I'm talking about naturally occurring colors that occur naturally in our foods, okay? The pigments in our fruits and our vegetables. Those are what provide us with the immune boosting vitamins that we need in a time like now, okay? So let's go ahead and put all these little ingredients together. We'll start with our banana. And fun fact, did you know that the proper way to open a banana was actually from the bottom and not from this little tabby thing here? Yeah, for a long time I didn't know that, but if you ever watch a monkey or a gorilla open a banana, this is how they open it. So when in doubt, ask a monkey. I have this whole guy in there, and yes, I did wash my hands, so make sure you're doing that. You're washing your hands first. That's really important. Also, I washed all my produce beforehand. All the food has been rinsed and has been cleaned. That's also really important. And also important, guys, is safety. I am going to use a blender, a Vitamix in this case. And so you should be doing this with your parents' help, okay? Because this sort of equipment can be dangerous. So please, do this with your parents. So there goes my banana. Here goes my apples. Next, I like to add my strawberries, the blueberries right in there. Okay. Now we got our leafy greens, in this case spinach. Boom. And then here are the cherries. Add those in there. And I just like to sprinkle some cinnamon in there, just kind of eyeball it. I like a lot of cinnamon, but to each their own taste. So now, here comes the milk. Again, I'm going to eyeball it. I'm not going to give you any precise measurements because I don't know the amounts of the other ingredients that you're using, but one thing to keep in mind when you're adding the liquid, the milk, is that we don't want it to be the smoothie to be too thick. We want it to pour nicely, but we also don't want it to be too runny. So we want to be careful in the amount that we add. Since I have been making a lot of smoothies, I know exactly how much I want to add. So to be safe, I would recommend that you pour less, try to blend it and see how that goes, and then you can always add more liquid as you go along if you're finding that it's being too thick, okay? All right, I'm gonna start off with about that much. Throw the top on here. Okay, this is gonna get a little bit loud, so for about 20-30 seconds, why don't you guys talk amongst yourselves, and here we go. Away. Look at that. Oh, needs a little bit more. That's looking pretty good. And wow, I really like the consistency of it. It's looking really nice. So the amount that I made here is perfect for 2 adults, roughly 2 large glasses or jars in this case. So this will probably make, you know, maybe 3 or 4 smaller kid-sized servings, okay? So definitely want to share this with your families. Pour one there. Pour one for my camera person. All right. There you are. And to your health. Yeah, who knew nutrition could taste so good? See you next time, guys, and another episode of Tiny Kitchen, Big Nutrition. Bye.